That was great.
I'm getting good. It's
Very good.
It's the hang with Mike and Matt.
What's up?
It's always kind of a circus around here, always at all times. Me and Donna and Trace is here half the time, and so are the 9 and the 7-year-old, or at least the 7-year-old. So it's just and the 6 dogs and the 3 cats and the horses, and it's just like
It is the fullest empty nest I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. But I love the grandkids.
Sure.
Grandkids are the best. Really, really enjoy being a grandparent.
I know you do.
awesome.
And I'm sure you're good at it, too.
I'm a sucker, I just like to make them happy, so they just lead me around like I'm a slave. I'm a slave to them. I don't care. I'll be a slave. I see them about 3 days a week.
Do they know that you're a sucker? Like, if
God.
they smell blood in the water kind of thing?
They just order me around because they know they can get away with it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sucker.
It's up to the parents to teach them responsibility, not me.
Yeah, you're the fun one.
I mean, I taught Trace this didn't work out too well, so
Aw.
might as well. As far as responsibility.
Oh, okay.
He's a little bit. Oh, you said you got a text from somebody.
Oh, we just gotta dive in.
I know we don't have to. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, nothing. I was telling you. You just said save it, and I was like, okay. No, it was nothing crazy. It was just this morning. Cowhead texted me, Calta, and he's just like, "Hey, man." And it was like 8:00 in the morning, and I'm like, "Oh God." Now I haven't spoken to him in a little bit, but I know that usually it's never. I don't know. Like my heart starts racing. I start shaking. I'm like, okay, what documentary? What's next? What kind of drama is this going to be?
Rarely do you get a text that's like kick-ass news.
Exactly.
You just don't.
Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a year, and then it's like, hey man, it's like, whoa, okay, something's up. But I'm like, hey man, hey dude, and then he just was basically saying how he goes, just heard Ralph Sorella passed away. Just didn't know if you knew that or not. I was like, yeah, I saw it. He goes, yeah, I thought you always kind of liked him or enjoyed him or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just passed along. I said, yeah, appreciate it, that kind of thing. I was like, man, life is short.
He was only, I think, 58?
I think so, yeah.
58.
Yeah, and it got me reflecting on it because I'm going, okay, Ralph Sorella from the Howard Stern show and that whole universe in orbit. I'm going, I'm sad, of course, for it, but I'm going, all right, well, I wasn't really close to, some people pretend to be close to somebody after they pass away.
My God,
all the time.
yeah, happens all the time.
Yeah, like, oh, we were so tight. I wasn't tight with that dude.
Brent Hatley's going to be in mourning for 2 weeks.
Exactly. Oh, my good. Yeah.
They were like this.
Right. And I'm going, I met the guy like a handful of times max.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can't sit here and pretend that look, we had a couple fun party nights together. You know what I mean? But I can't sit here and I can't mourn his loss as if I was tight with him or something like that, which it always irks me when people do.
I agree with that.
But
see, I didn't know. All I knew him was, I met him, but it's just like a high.
Right.
I never hung out with him, and I knew him from him calling in the show, and I loathed his calls. I mean, it was like, it was sheer torture. It was just terrible. And so when I heard he died, I was like, oh, that's a guy who really, really sucked.
Wow. Not mixing your words there.
I didn't care for him at all. Hey, when I die, you can say whatever you want about me. I'm dead. I don't care. So when people die, I don't feel the need to sugarcoat it. If I don't like him, I don't like him. I don't give a shit. He's dead. What is it? No skin off nobody's back.
Well, I heard a little bit of the tribute because there's some audio posted about Howard talking about it. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I know they were tight.
Well, he was his stylist
and a good friend or whatever, right? But he's talking about how Ralph, I guess, didn't have health insurance and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, all right, I get it if you don't have, some people just, it's expensive, right? I get that, private health insurance.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking to myself, how does that work if you're a And it's not incumbent on Howard to provide the guy with insurance. Don't get me wrong. And everybody goes, "Oh, well, he's a billionaire. Why wouldn't Ralph have insurance?" Now, the thought does cross your mind,
Yeah.
right? Because like, what are you paying that guy? Are you not paying that guy enough to?
I don't think
For him to
I
afford
bet he
insurance?
wasn't. I bet he wasn't.
That's, I guess, the main thing that crosses my mind.
I heard he was notoriously cheap with his.
Even if you're notoriously cheap, you
Yeah.
still would have to pay a guy like that a living wage to be able to provide himself some insurance, right?
Yeah, but in New York City, what if he's paying him $50,000 a year?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not enough to live on and get insurance and do all that in New York. I don't think.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
I have no idea what the situation was, but
I also have no idea what anybody makes either. Like, I just don't.
couldn't tell you.
You know,
It's like, how much does Robin make?
again,
I couldn't tell you, but it could be.
It's
you know,
all
it could be-
speculation,
It
I
could be
think.
$2 million. It could be $8 million.
yeah,
I don't-
I
'cause he
was going to
makes-
guess somewhere in between. I was going to
I
guess
don't
like
know.
6.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
And I don't know when he started paying her big bucks. Yeah, I'd be fascinated. I'm fascinated by what people make, like in my industry, and when they got it, and what they make now. It's just interesting.
I completely agree, and it's not incumbent on. I mean, Howard's not paying Robin. I mean, Sirius XM is paying her, so it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with like her or him or anybody. But the Ralph thing is
but like,
separate because it was like his employee.
but if you're Robin and Sirius gives you this offer, and you're like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go. I'm going right to the boss man and saying, I'm working for this. Or you gonna do something about it? And he's gonna go, yeah, I'll take care of it. And they're paying him $500 million a year, or his contract's $500 million. They're gonna give her whatever Howard says to give her.
Yeah, I remember there was a time when we stepped into some stuff at Sirius, and. And I don't. At least to the best of my knowledge, I'm not talking out of pocket or anything. I'm just telling you what I remember.
Yeah.
And it was a messy situation, and to the point where I think we wanted, or our boss wanted Howard to go to bat for him, whatever. Well, he doesn't really do that, but I think he did end up going into the boss's office and saying, "Hey, just want to let you." How's that thing with the cuck going? And they're like, he goes, okay, well, I'd really like it to be okay. And that was like it.
That's all he's got to do.
Yeah, so it was like like you're not going to bat, but you're kind of going to bat. It was just the way he formulated it. And again, that's just speculation. I
would say like that is definitely Howard. That's as much as he's going to do. So that's him going to bat for you, and that's kind of all he needs to do.
Yeah, it's just kind of
because he knows what that means.
If
and
he's
they know
saying
what
that,
means,
right? Yeah, it's it.
And the door closes, and they look at each other.
Go, well, all right. Well, I guess it's going to be okay.
Yep, change of course.
And it was. It ended up being okay. So fortunately,
and it was all okay. And it was always okay, Matt,
Until it
wasn't. Until it wasn't.
Yeah, man.
Until it wasn't.
Life is short, though. It is short.
It's very God. It's so like like 25 days away from 2024. It's like I get to be 2024. I've been doing this for 5 years, and what the hell?
Well, even the picture you posted on your Facebook, just right before we started here, you put something on your Facebook page, which is it at Cluster F Show? I don't know exactly. Or is it just under yours?
I got it right here.
Oh, okay. I mean, that picture alone, I was probably 19.
19, I think.
I don't know how old you would have been in that picture, but I mean, it's circa 1998, I think is what it was. And that was us doing the CD signing.
So I'm late 30s. You're 19 or something like this. Something like that.
That's crazy.
See, to me, you look like super young there. It's like you can tell you're a teenager.
Have I?
But you look the same.
You
I
think?
swear you look the same.
See, I look at you and I go, sans the hair, you look the same to me. But I don't know. I mean, I'm balder.
That's us at a CD signing, like around 1978.
98.
1978, back when it was Apollo 13. That's 1998, a CD signing. What, somewhere in the Clearwater area?
Yep,
a
that was.
mall.
I think that was in the Pinellas Park Mall. There used to be that one
my
on
God. You think we would have done good in the Pinellas Park Mall?
It always did terrible for some reason. That was like P1 core listener central, but for some reason, man, they never would show up at that particular mall, and
crazy.
we would sit there for 2 hours,
Sucked.
and it sucked.
I'd sit there with my Timex.
And the employees would stare at us, and we'd stare at the employees, and the employees are like, going, "What is going on here?"
Yeah, it sucks.
And it's that uncomfortable conversation. Go, yeah, thanks for having us.
It's all very disappointing for everyone involved.
All parties involved.
Yeah. There you go. I got my Bubba Park T-shirt.
Oh my God, that's great.
Let's see.
Are those Black Man comic books?
I'm thinking it might be.
It sure looks like it.
It is. That's his eyes, and that's his mouth. Yeah, he's upside down.
That's funny.
Oh, look, a stack full of unsold Black Man comic books. Wow, those were the days.
You know, it's funny. I don't have a ton of pictures, and that one I brought over weeks back to show you because I just, gone through a couple, and I don't have a ton of
Pictures
or memories of stuff in general. Nowadays, you're snapping 10,000 pictures and whatever.
And back in the day, if you were a guy, single guy, you didn't have any pictures because you didn't have a phone that took pictures. You didn't take in your camera taking pictures with hanging out with your boys,
right? And
if not doing it,
and you had to get the Polaroid, or you had to get one of those Instamatic things, and then go get it developed, and then hope
everybody gather around.
Yeah, the whole classic tale of back in the day stuff. But that does make me feel a little old. That's from 1998 and all.
1998.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Been doing this too long, I think. Maybe.
I would do this on it. I don't know if I do it every week. If I was completely done, just retired, cashed out. I don't, this is.
You'd still do the hang?
This is fun. Yeah, it's like
I would too. I mean,
you don't have to say that, Matt.
No, I would. Like, how else are you going to have an outlet?
I'm talking about when you want to do, hey, maybe how about next week? How about in 2 weeks? Then we do it.
And just sporadically.
Then we could really say whatever. We'd have the whole setup, but it was recording just for our own benefit.
Oh, dude.
And we could say whatever the hell we wanted to.
If I could be as crass and you too, if we really could just be as crass as we wanted to, it would be.
We're the crassiest.
I was thinking last night. I'm just going. I have a filthy sense of humor, and a lot of people don't understand it. And I have to bubble. I have to keep this down. I have to quell it because you can't say anything to offend people in certain situations and all that stuff. So I'm just quelling this little monster that keeps trying to. It wants to pop up, and I have to. And this is the closest I'll get to it popping up. When you and I chat. But if we were just talking, it would be
a different conversation.
So much more crass.
Oh yeah. It's sad. It's sad. I like to say. I say like, why can't that be a thing? It's like I like to say the most repulsive things. I don't know. I always have.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I mean, what? But that doesn't mean I mean any of them.
Yeah.
And then that's just not a thing.
No.
So if that's your sense of humor, you're screwed.
Yeah, you have to really find somebody else who has a like mind to play ball with you on it.
Yeah.
Which is not easy.
That's what we'll do when we retire. We'll just do the hang.
Sit around and be dirty.
Just dirty. Just say the worst things ever. Out offend each other.
Well,
look at that. Back on the other thing. Holiday CD, $2.99. You could get a CD for $2.99 in 1998.
Dude, a CD. A holiday CD. I remember those things. I was thinking about the holidays just because, looking around all the Christmas stuff that's going on through the stores and like all the Santa Claus stuff. And, not for nothing. And I hope there's not a little one listening out there. But
I don't think so. I think she's in the bedroom.
How gullible and how brainwashed I was to even think for a second that a figure like Santa Claus could even exist. It's mind-boggling.
It is.
And then I'm growing up, and I'm like, okay, you find out it's not real, then and then there's these other things that happen in life, Now, I'm not saying COVID's real, folks. I know.
Of course it is, man.
But all these things that you go, okay, if they were able to brainwash me into thinking that a man could deliver presents
Exactly.
to every single child around the world in one night.
One night.
And when I asked, is it true? And they all just said, yes, it is. And they all were in on it.
Everybody was in on it.
Everybody's
A global
in on it.
conspiracy.
Global conspiracy of Santa. Right?
Yes.
How am I supposed to believe anything else? From that point forward, I'm going to, if they brainwash me to that,
That's a great point.
like
It's
it's the beginning of the brainwashing, if you
It
think about
is. It's such a blatant lie. And then there's never
it. So overt.
there's never any time where your parents gather you around and you say, well, little Johnny, you know, you're 10 years old, and we have to tell you there's no Santa Claus. That doesn't happen. They just assume you'll find out the lie eventually.
Yes,
and that's
and-
what you do. Did you get upset when you found out there wasn't Santa, or did it just kind of happen?
I think I was probably, I had to have been a little bit upset. I don't remember the moment, but to believe something for a decade or whenever that was, right?
Yeah.
And then you find out, and then you have to go ask your parents and say, is this true? How come you didn't tell me this? And they all go, well, it's just the way it is. And the cycle continues. And then I dupe my kids, and everybody's continuing to dupe.
For all eternity.
It's the world's
longest dupe ever.
Ever. And the fact that now, with all the technology and internet and TikTok and all this stuff, and the dupe is still able to happen, even on a minuscule level, is mind-boggling to me.
That's true. Because I think my grandkids, still believe 7 and 9. I know the 7-year-old does, but you'd think they just see it on YouTube so much.
Somebody would blow it in, right?
Yeah, it'd be blown in all the time.
Instead,
Yeah, and you know what? If you do blow it in, you get hated on worse than anything
Yes.
in the world.
Now,
You're the guy that said, "No, Santa Claus, rah, let's get him."
yeah, you're vilified for just saying, yeah, hey, look, it's not true, and I've been eating the cookies when you go to bed. Like,
It's the ultimate con.
yeah, it's
And it's the most successful con in the history of human history. It's still going on,
And it
and you can't
continues to this
stop
day.
it.
And-
Nobody could stop it.
And then I was watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I always like that. For some reason, it's the kickoff to holiday season, and I'm like, hey, it's Saturday morning at 11 o'clock.
That big Snoopy.
Yeah, and then Santa comes along at the end of the parade, and he's all jolly, and they're showing Mrs. Claus.
What are you, 7 years old?
I know. And the sad part is I was the only one watching. I'm like, hey, is anyone going to watch this? Like, it's on. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade's on, guys.
It's terrible.
None of the family cared.
So
I was
bad.
the only one that cared.
So bad. And here come the marching girls.
Yep.
And then they pull up and they do their little.
Everybody's lip syncing. They're not even making an attempt to even look like they're
No.
singing. And for the longest time when I was a kid, I thought they were singing. Now I'm going,
It's a scam.
big scam. How is that continuing? Just all of it.
I don't know. And I've seen
The whole holiday season, the giant
It's all-
brainwashing.
Yeah, I used to love the holidays. I've seen pictures of people at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and like 1 million people go to it. So they'll be on a side street, like 75, 80 people back, and they can see just like the balloons.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, I don't know if I'd be doing that.
No, it seems weird to do.
I
But then,
guess some people would just say it so they can say they went.
well, then Santa comes out at the end of the parade,
And yep.
and Mrs. Claus is there. And Mrs. Claus is an African American woman. And I'm looking
So-
around. It's like,
so
is anybody
what?
else seeing this?
So what, man?
I know. That's the thing. It's
Santa's, he's that way.
But I'm going, if you're really going to go with the brainwashing of Santa being 9,000 years
Yeah.
old or however old he was, rest assured he did not have an African American wife, back when Santa was doing his thing. I dare I say, I don't think that was allowed.
So how old is Santa? So yeah, he could be thousands of years. I guess I didn't think about that.
And he did exist, right? I mean,
For a long
time.
He really fell for the
Tell me
brainwashing.
it's true. No, wasn't there a real guy named Christopher Kringle?
I'm sure it's they say
Based on something.
They say it's based on something, Matt.
But you
Just
don't know
like
what
the,
it is,
the
right?
big lie Look, the whole thing's a big lie. So the guy that it's based on is probably a lie too, right?
Yeah.
They just tell you, and you know, it's based on the actual Kris Kringle, and there ain't no fucking Kris Kringle.
Yeah, like, it just got me down a rabbit hole, the brainwashing thing, dude.
I mean,
it really did. I'm going, if they start you at the youngest age to believe something so preposterous, how are you ever supposed to adapt?
Well, obviously, people don't. It's that they're doing the exact same thing now with multiple things, and people are just like,
Yeah.
they just believe what they believe.
And
they're
take
told
it-
what they're told by the news. The news said it. They said it on NBC News. I mean, it's got to be true, right?
And then take it to another level. The Easter Bunny. I mean,
The Easter Bunny should be a giant clue to children that Santa Claus.
it's a giant red flag, right?
I mean, it's a pretty big red flag. So you tell me this rabbit.
It's a high thought. The whole thing is one giant high thought. If you were to smoke the finest herb in the entire world, that would be the fanciful tale that you might come up
You
with.
might.
You might. And you go, yeah, there's a big bunny. He's gonna. I don't even know what the Easter Bunny.
He hides eggs, man. He hides eggs. Ah, it has nothing to do with the bunny. That's what makes it funny.
But they're not real eggs. They're hollow eggs with prizes and stuff.
Prizes, yeah. It's like, it is the ultimate. I mean, it's preposterous.
And yeah,
And how, like, how long do kids believe in the Easter Bunny? I don't know.
the Tooth Fairy. A fairy that comes and grabs your teeth
It's like a serial killer.
and leaves you
Look at
money.
your teeth. Here's $2. Here's $2 for your baby teeth. What a weirdo. It's like the guy to nab that guy. Oh, more baby teeth.
The whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. What is this person doing with all these teeth? Like, if the Tooth Fairy was actually real, it
Got
would
a
be.
castle of baby
He'd
teeth.
be arrested.
Get his hard drive.
We found our suspect. He's locked in his home with hundreds of millions of baby teeth.
I'm trying to imagine that. It's pretty bizarre.
It would be the most
Tooth Fairy.
insane thing ever. And he broke into every single person's house.
And we bought it hook, line, and sinker. I don't know how long you buy that. What's the order? Santa Claus is obviously the longest. You got the most to gain out of it. Then
It all comes tumbling down at the
Tooth
same
Fairy.
time. Because then you start questioning. You go, wait, if Santa's not real, then, or if the Tooth Fairy's not real, whatever order you put it in, it's like, well, what else have you not been telling me about, this holiday?
and then you don't even care. Well, you might have cared. I was just like, because I eventually just found out, and I was like, yeah. I kind of figured it out gradually, so I wasn't, eventually I was just like, yeah, come on.
You had a slow letdown. Well, for me, I was okay with the Santa thing being exposed because for so many years I wasn't getting any credit for the presents. You
Yeah,
put a
that's-
couple on there. It's like from dad, from mom and dad, that stuff. But for most of them, you had to put from Santa. And so, Santa's the best. I'm like, you have no idea.
They had you
and I
playing
can't
along.
tell you. I can't tell you that
tell you.
I got that for you. You should be thanking me.
Should have whispered in his ear. Oh, see, then you would have been the hated man.
I would have been the hated man.
hated man.
Yeah.
The most hated man.
Ah.
Maybe a deal breaker. Get
Yeah.
divorced. How dare you?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? What kind of person are you?
You don't want to be the one to expose it. It's just all I'm saying is it's the beginning of the brainwashing.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way I was looking at it,
And
sadly.
it's continuing, and they've perfected it. They've perfected it. Now they have the media cronies behind it. So it seems like it's authoritative news from a respected source, and they tell you whatever, and you just suck it up.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's just go with it.
And the only
It was good going with Santa Claus.
It was
Let's just
nice.
go with this lie. Let's just go with the big lie.
To think that it could actually happen was a nice thought. And then I'm going, all right, the only media outlet that's the true source of information, good, bad, or indifferent, would be X at this point, right? Because you can see some cool videos and conspiracy stuff or whatever. Like I was watching, they were talking about the moon landing. And they said,
Oh, my God.
It was some interview, it was like 6 minutes long with a guy who's, I think it was called Project Slam Dunk or something. But they were talking about
Yeah.
how it was in warehouses, and his dad had worked for one of these agencies, and they basically painted the warehouses black. And then they brought in these dump trucks full of sand and cement and all this stuff. And I'm watching this. And again, I'm
Yeah.
equating it back to Santa. And I'm going, I don't know what to believe.
I know. I mean, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
On Cluster F, and you get a lot of heat if
Sure.
if you say that. People are like, well, you're discrediting all the hardware, and it's like, for me, you take the shot of the lunar lander. It's on the moon, and they're going to go back up and go back to up to Earth, right? So they get into the lunar lander, and that somehow there's a video camera operating and taking a picture of this.
Yeah.
And it they got some charges, and it explodes and shoots it back up, and it's going to go dock with whatever that thing is and take them back. And it's just like that worked the first time. The first time they ever tried to do it. That's something that amazing. They just did it. You can't practice that. You can't on Earth. You can't practice.
It just went off without a hitch.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no way, because on Earth the thing would come crashing to the ground, and the astronauts wouldn't. You just can't do it. You can't practice. But they did it. Amazing, right? Amazing. Everything about it was so amazing.
So I think where I am at on it is I'm gray. All right.
Pretty gray too. I'm darker gray.
I kind of look at it. Okay, take the best of both worlds. One, the moon landing happened as is, right?
Yeah.
As they said it. But they also at the same time knew that they needed to get some really cool shots and different angles and sort of make it look great, right? Because you gotta, I mean, that's
gotta be.
iconic footage, right? So then that's where you get the movie set style thing. So now you are actually having a moon landing, but you also have this set that you can integrate into the footage and make it, and then you hand over this complete package of, here you go, public. Because otherwise, if you just said, oh, it happened, trust us, well, where's the footage? Well, we didn't get any. But at least this way, they've got some sort of footage, even if it's not from the actual landing. See what I'm saying?
I definitely understand what you're saying, and I can definitely see that happening, or not.
Yeah, either way. I mean,
or they were like, there's no way we're going to the moon. We just got to fake it. They had a meeting, and the guys at NASA are like, come on, man, it's crazy talk.
I just wish they'd just, if it wasn't true,
It's
I
400,000
would
miles away.
see no reason for them to just, at this stage of the game, just go, yeah, you know what, we didn't do that. Like, just let it out. If in fact,
I think they could finally do that, and people would be going,
they'd move on. The
they
news
just
cycle would
move on. People don't care anymore. You find out. I mean, it's like the Vietnam War. Used to be. When I was growing up for years, up even into my adult life, it was the Vietnam War. The conspiracy theory was it was started by a false flag attack in the Gulf of Tonkin.
Yeah, Gulf of Tonkin.
And now you just go to Wikipedia and go, the Gulf of Tonkin was a false flag attack to start the Vietnam War, and you're like, but it doesn't matter. You can do a false flag, and 30 or 40 years later, back then, now probably 2 years later, it comes out, and people are just like, oh, no,
yeah, they go, oh, that makes sense. You got us again.
Yeah, it was fake. It was all fake.
Got
the
us
war.
again. Good job.
So the Santa Claus thing was, they perfected it.
Big time.
Big time.
And then marketed the shit out of it. I mean,
It's all marketing. It's all marketing.
Like Halloween, which I love Halloween, but Halloween doesn't have that central figure.
That's
like
why,
it's spider webs, it's different decorations, but there's no.
Maybe they were afraid. I don't know. What do you do?
I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, you do the devil, right? But
they don't want to glorify the devil, so they went.
Yeah.
We'll have to leave that one alone.
Yeah,
they were pissed off.
So now you see in the stores, Halloween's only around in the stores for like 3 weeks, and then before Halloween's even up, they've already got the Santa Claus stuff rolling out.
Can't wait to get Santa out there.
Yeah, and then I don't know, brainwashing.
It's all brainwashing. It's. I think Berlin said she saw you at BJ's this weekend.
Well, I'm glad she came up and said
she
hello.
didn't come up and say hi. I just heard that Donna said she saw you there.
Oh, that's true.
Didn't come up and say hello.
No.
Have you seen her since we've been doing the show?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw her at the Halloween party, and then
that's right.
She was here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I've seen her, but I wish she would have come up and said hello.
She didn't want to interrupt.
I could.
No.
I would be great if I just big timed her.
Oh my god!
If she's like,
You know,
hey,
you should have done just for a rib, and then call her later and apologize. Say, I was just,
I don't know who you are.
she comes up. I saw Spice. PJ, she got a tear in her eye, and he acted like he didn't know who I was.
Berlin, you remember? You work with my dad every week. I'm sorry. Sorry, hon.
Waiter. Security.
Somebody's bothering me. She calls herself Berlin.
Security.
Yeah, dude. We did go to BJ's, and Jesus Christ, it was expensive.
Is it? That's what I heard. I heard it was expensive.
I mean, I did get a beer, so I guess that explains $7 of the dollars. But it was like $95 for 3 people, and it makes me just want to go home. And it's not even it's not a money thing or being a frugal or a cheap guy thing. It's nothing to do with that. It's just I can't believe I just went out and got something to eat and it just cost $95.
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
It's like vacation. It's like, we used to go down to Anna Maria Island and rent a house. And like we did that when we were poor, probably making like $15,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
We would they had these little houses that would right on the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 100 yards from the beach, but it's all
close enough.
It's
yeah.
but it's all sand.
Okay.
There's no houses in between. It's it's you and the beach, and it was a $750 a week. It's like that for a house on the beach. Now that crap is like $5,000, $6,000. It's like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to, I'm never going to pay that much money ever,
That's the thing. It's like,
it's an insult. It's an insult.
It's like, could you? Yeah, you could, or you could not, and just go ahead and do something else and hang out the house.
It comes a point, they gouge you and gouge you and gouge you. Finally, you just got to go. It's just not worth, I can't support this kind of thing anymore.
Even hotels, man. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, these hotels used to be like $50 a night, and now the same one is getting $500 a night. All I'm doing is staying there for a minimal amount of time and
just trying to sleep, man. Clean up and sleep.
Yeah, I don't care about your amenities. I'm not going to use them. I don't care about your spa. I'm not going there. I just want to sleep. That's all I'm doing.
Give me a cot. I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
Trace says he longs for the days of COVID because him and his wife, he's like, man, we used to go to the the beach and get a hotel on the beach for like dirt cheap, and there's nobody there. During COVID, and we would, everything was priced great. And then when you go to check out the next day, they say, "Hey, we'll give you, if you do one more night, we'll give you another night for free." And he's like, we'd end up staying there for 3 days. He said, "Man, I can't wait for COVID to come back."
It's true, but now they're really getting you back for all those COVID times. It's like, all right, yeah, we gave you a night for free back then, but not anymore, buddy.
I think everybody's, they say it's like, I'm sure the inflation is real, it's real, but I think corporations are just giving America the big FU and adding on top of it.
Yes.
It's like you'd think the
COVID tax,
we'd
man.
pull together as a country and the companies would help Americans. No, they're like, kick you while you're down.
And every single one of them to this day is still using the same thing. Oh, inflation, cost of things going, and it's the thing you can't question. I don't know your supply chain and your logistics. I can't tell you with any certainty that it's not true that tomatoes cost more now. Like, I don't know, right? So you just are trusting that they're not using the COVID inflation thing as a tactic to just get more money. But in the back of your mind, you're going, I think you are.
I think they are.
Pretty sure you're screwing me, but I can't prove it.
I guess it's, since you have the stock market is everything now, and as a company, you're only successful when your customers get the dividend. They gotta make money to get the dividend at the end of the year on your stock. So they could give a rat's ass about helping Americans. They just care about their stockholders, and that's, I think, where we went wrong. The companies don't. Man, you can't get. Donna's about to blow her brains out trying to get service.
For what?
Anything
in particular?
Anything.
Oh, okay.
And then she called to make me an appointment for my tires. I need new tires.
Yep.
So she called Lowe's, and she was like dealing with these idiots. And then there's for like half an hour, she was like she's telling me how stupid they were, and then she makes an appointment. Then it's like that day, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to my appointment. She's like, well, I'm going to call first and make sure that that they didn't screw it up. And they're like, we have no idea what you're talking about. And she was like, she spent a half an hour for nothing.
Yeah.
And they don't care. Like,
it's all time killers.
You can't say, I want to speak to the manager, and the manager, well, I'm so sorry. Well, we're going to why don't you come in and we'll squeeze you in today. They don't give a crap about you.
Well, and the other part too is they don't understand, or maybe they do and they don't care. The person picking up the phone on the other end, they're talking to you for 3 to 5 minutes of your life, okay? And of their life. What they don't know is you've been waiting on a hold for 40 minutes. So you've had to clear your calendar in order to make sure that you can at least talk to this person for literally 3 minutes. But it's an hour of your time for 3 minutes of actual human interaction. It's weird. And it's getting pretty out of control.
Tommy Bernhardt podcast cheered $9.99.
Really?
He says, "Woo! Love the two of you together in a heterosexual way. Is there any way we can get Spice to jump off the roof into your pool? He was a maniac. Keep up the great content."
It was. I hate to burst your bubble. Was fake. I'm not going to jump off buildings. I never did. Never was gonna. Never thought about it. Just was really good at radio theater.
That was a good one.
It was great.
And that's what radio was about. Theater. It's like the sound and then the splash, and it was like you could envision it. You could envision it.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that were faked for radio theater, but there was also a difference of like theater of the mind and radio theater versus just straight up lying to your listeners. There is a distinct difference there. I don't look at it as me not jumping off the building. I don't look at that as like deceiving anybody or lying to the audience.
That's acting.
Yeah, it's acting. It was
radio.
Yeah, radio theater. But then, like, there was other stuff where it's like, why are you just lying to your audience for no reason at all? Just pile lie after lie. It was weird.
Yeah,
there was so many things like that. Anyways, I don't know.
Some people they just like to lie. That's they kind of get off on just tell the people stuff, and then and people suckering people things he would tell me like in private about like things that were going to happen, the good news around the corner, and I knew they were complete lies, and I think he gets off on me having to go, oh yeah, oh real, I think that's what it is. He got I'm in my mind, I'm like, would you just leave? And just quit talking and leave, because I know it's a lie.
And if one of the 30 things came true, see? Told you. It's like, but you also had 29 other things that you completely lied about.
It was hard. It was, it's like hard to take. I was getting really close to the end of going, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I quit before then.
Well, so the Tommy Bernhardt podcast?
Tommy Bernhardt podcast.
Bernhardt. Okay, I'll have to look it up. I've
Mizette the Kizette says, play Spice the Bubba song Pitiful.
Which one's that one?
That's probably, it might be, was that after you were there?
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
No, I'll play that for the VIP. Okay. I have no idea what that, I'm sure there's some bad stuff in it.
Ah, okay.
I'm also going to play Clem and I. That's a song. I think this was towards the end. I can't remember.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was really cheesy. There's one I can't find. It was to Drake's, You the Best. And I was like, it was late in the game. I'm like, I'm going to write a positive song. I know it's going to be hard. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take 2 or 3 days and rack my brain. I'm going to pound out this song, and this will be like a tribute song. And I remember I wrote it, and then about 75% way through it, I started, I started making fun of him.
It starts becoming a little bit hateful.
And then in the end, I think it was just like, oh my God. And I can't find it because I think, I don't have it.
Okay.
You know, and he, I think, probably had it deleted.
Probably douche that.
from every single place it was.
Oh yeah, I don't know that one.
I was like that. Yeah.
I don't know. And again, this podcast thing, I don't know what he was. This Tommy Bernhardt. I'm happy to check his podcast out because I've been trying to again listen to a few, and then I've also been getting these emails of like all these people with tips on podcasts and
Oh my God.
apparently,
you'll get so much of that.
oh my God, apparently a lot of editing goes on these other people's podcasts because they'll be like, oh, well, I record, but then I spend 3 hours cleaning it up and making sure everything's all the dead air is cut out. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you and I, what we're doing
Yeah.
here, there's no takes, there's no cuts, there's no, hey, we had a little bit of a pause here, let's go in and edit that out. Like, this is it. Like, it's like from the moment we crack the mics to the moment we end, if somebody were to say, what do you guys do to, like, you know, process your audio? How do you clean it up? Like, we don't. This is it.
I didn't even know that was a thing in podcasting. Yeah. I mean, that's the fun of it. I mean, like, you know, it's like the thrill, you know, you got to, you know, you can't fail. You know, me and you just sit here like, all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, do you got anything, Matt?
Yeah.
You know, I got, make a place, you know, I'd say that. Remember that show where I completely, we both locked up, unheard of. It's like, you just gotta do it.
Yeah. It's weird to see all these people giving tips of all these different softwares they use and how to edit out this. And I'm just going, I would never dare really. I don't want to, I don't want to sit here and edit the audio down and trim it.
Obviously.
Like, come
As
on.
none of us have.
No. Like, this is it.
Yeah, we should cut that up. Yeah, I'll cut it up. Maybe next week. I might cut it up.
Get what you get. Although I did see the YouTube thing where you, like, because I'm subscribed to the Cluster F Show on YouTube, right?
Which everyone should be.
Everyone should be.
Subscribe to Cluster F Show channel YouTube.
And you'll put the hang up there, and then I'll put it on our podcasting directories, the Spotify's and TuneIns and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, a couple days later, I get a new little notification from the Cluster F Show YouTube page, and it's like, here's the hang. And then in parentheses, you put, I accidentally deleted it, LOL. And
The LOL makes it better.
the LOL made it better. But I'm sitting here and I'm going, that to me is the funniest thing. That is so us. You know, like, that's just what makes it hilarious.
I mean, like 14 weeks or so, it's always up there. You know.
And then what, you just accidentally...
I don't know, man. I was having a bad day. I was deleting all kind of stuff, and then I was just frazzled.
That's
and
great.
it was like technical issues, and and then I look back and it's deleted, and I'm like, I just don't know what's going on.
But then I think it's back up there, and then you put it on there again.
Again?
So I think now it's on there twice. It's
yeah.
fine. But yeah, the fact that you put an LOL on there on YouTube, like, I accidentally deleted it. LOL.
Oops.
It's
So yeah, I have no idea how many people watched the podcast on YouTube this year. I mean, this week. No idea. I'm not doing that math.
yeah.
We'll see how it goes this week.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
See, I thought.
How are we doing on the chatter?
So Sog City Drew subscribed for 50 months. That's deep. That's deep, Drew. I don't know if
Thanks, Drew.
Ned's Navy, was that from earlier? I think that might have been from the earlier show. I'm going to give him credit again. Ned's Navy, 46 months. So
Hey.
that's deep as well. It's deep as well. I got my bicep. So, you know, just a few seconds late. Just getting out of the shower when you got here because I had to get my bicep working on the glamour muscles. I do sitting curls. See, that way you can't cheat.
Sitting curls.
You can't cheat.
Now, where are you doing the curls?
I got a bench back there.
Oh, okay.
I don't bench anymore. That's just, you know, I ain't
That's
benching.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
just two shoulder. Oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
Like, no, I quit benching a long time ago. Oh, I do. I got a video of a guy benching, I think. Yeah, I was going to ask you if this ever happened to you.
Oh no, he's gonna get crushed.
This only happens generally to people who work out at home. You know, in the gym, it's not as much. Let me get
Okay, so he's got, what does he have on
He's got
the
a lot
rack
of.
here?
That's a lot of weight.
It's like
man.
545 plates on
Well,
either
it's 180,
side.
It's 180 on each. That's 360 plus the bar. That's 400. That's a lot of. That's fake. That's fake weight. That's 400. He's going around.
he's
Oh, you can't do
struggling.
that, man. You can't put it down on your neck.
Yeah, that'll.
Can't put it down on your
Oh,
neck.
no.
Oh, so now, see, now he's got to get it off. He doesn't have a spotter, and it's on the hook, so he's got to get it off the hook.
This has happened to me, but with a lot less weight.
Me too.
Oh,
No, you got to squeeze your head. You got to. Come on, just one rep, buddy. One rep. Here you go. One rep. And you can't. Look, you got no leverage that way. There's no leverage.
I've not seen this video. I'm so worried for this guy right now.
No leverage. You just got to get that bar up. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh no, it's dropping. I think he's gonna get out. Oh, he see, and you got the clips on.
Dude,
you
my
got the-
palms are sweating. Well, yeah, the clip's on.
You got the clips.
so you can't even like slide the weight
You
off.
can't. You got the clips on. He's trying to kick it off, and he can't get it off.
Is he done for, or does he get out of this thing?
I think it's. I think he's almost,
He's almost there. All right.
and that's it.
I would assume he made it
I don't
out
know
of
if I-
there alive.
I think I missed the ending, but see, it was just more him not getting out.
Dude.
See now, that's happened to me probably a few times. But when I work out at home, like you said, it was like 2 45-pound plates and maybe 2 25s and then maybe a couple fives, at most,
So you're not going to get crushed if something
Yeah.
goes awry.
And no clips. Cooney puts clips on their weights.
Yeah.
And then when it happens, you call for help. And nobody ever hears you. Nobody ever hears you. And then you try a couple times, and you're like, all right, here we go. Here we go. Bam! Because once that weight drops off of that side, it ricochets with all the weight on that side. But you got to do it. And it's, usually everything's fine.
Well, I mean, you are right though. Like benching
But I've never
by
got
yourself.
I've never got it on my neck before.
Oh,
never on my neck.
I've had it close to my neck, but it more ended up on my chest to where I'm literally taking the bar and I'm rolling it down my body.
Yeah.
I'm doing that roll,
And that hurts.
It does hurt.
Especially when you got a little fat over your muscles. That's really hurting. If it's just your muscles, it wouldn't hurt so bad. But it's that little fat on your tummy that really hurts when you roll it down. Then you got to watch your private area.
Oh my
It
God.
sucks ass.
Dude, that guy's windpipe. That we watched a show, Netflix called Bad Surgeon.
Ooh, that's a lot of that.
It's I can tell you a story about one. This thing in particular, the windpipe. This surgeon had this experimental sort of procedure where these people had crushed windpipes or whatever happened, right? So whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I can make you a new windpipe. We're going to baste it. We're going to make it out of, this sturdy material.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to baste it in stem cells and put the windpipe in you. Stem cells attach themselves and everything's good. Now you've got a windpipe, smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Well, then, it turns out like the blast, it was like basically putting a straw in your throat where it would bend real easily. So like the one person couldn't get air in there.
Nightmare.
Do the whole thing.
My straws collapsed.
And then the other patients passed away, and it's that whole thing. You gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet, but you better hope you're not one of the eggs.
I mean, I wonder if he sold it to him that wasn't going to happen. See, that's the difference. You could say, it might collapse, and they're like, I don't care, I need a windpipe.
That's
or,
it. Yeah.
Or they sell them, it's going to be great, and then you're in the middle of the night, you're like, I get it.
He would do that thing where the accent, real sexy accent and rock star
smart.
guy.
Thick your accent to higher your IQ in America.
That's correct. Yeah. And of course he couldn't do the surgery here in America, so the people had to fly overseas to get it done. But he was
To get effed up.
but he was like co-signed on to like the biggest hospital in Switzerland. He had the backing of all these doctors, and here he is just effing people up. And, you know.
See, because medicine is a racket. People don't understand that. And so, they're not looking for that anybody to ever get publicity about being, a quack or being a bad surgeon. They don't want that out there.
Well, I kind of
400,000 medical malpractice deaths.
Yeah.
It's the leading cause of death in the country. And I guess that's just the way it is sometimes in healthcare, but they're not going to let you know it. I think we got a lot of bad, unqualified people out there.
There's definitely some. I mean, look.
I mean, you're going to break some eggs, like you say.
Yeah. Have you ever watched that show Botched?
Botched? No, I don't watch shows like that. It depresses me.
You should. It's like more of a funny tragedy show.
Yeah, well, I like funny tragedies.
Yeah, it's like some, it's two plastic surgeons based in Beverly Hills, your typical plastic surgeon kind of guys, right?
And they fix the botches.
They fix the botches.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's pretty good because some of the botches are really horrific.
Oh,
you're talking about those Brazilian butt lifts that they put cement in and all this kind of stuff.
People are insane.
But then you look at their after, right? You look at the before and the after. You go, all right, they fixed it,
but
they're starting from a very, very low bar. You know, like it can't get any worse. So anything is going to be better, but it's still not great. So if you're those plastic surgeons, you're kind of in a good position.
Yeah, it's a no lose.
Yeah, it's like I took the cement out of your ass.
It's the best I could do.
It's better than it was.
The cement's gone, and your ass almost kind of looks normal.
Yeah.
and you're happy with it because before it was freakish.
Yes. Yeah, there was a butt implant that turned sideways. So the ass is just sticking out this way. It's so strange. The stuff.
Butt implant. So it's so important, that you have a big booty nowadays. All kinds of women are getting butt implants.
Juicy, I think is the word.
Yeah, you got to be juicy.
Juicy.
And guys are flocking to the new surgery where they can put metal things into your legs and extend you to like 3 or 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah.
And you can be a 6-footer when you were a 5'6"er. And it's like, and they got a crank open and they got these metal
inserting stilts.
It's like, oh my, it's like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, being short, if like you're really short in America, like a Michael J. Fox type short, it's a hindrance. It's one of the biggest hindrances. Nobody takes short people seriously, which kind of sucks because you're just born short.
Yeah, and girls aren't traditionally attracted to the short guys.
No,
it's just the
way it is. It's just the way it is.
There was I don't know, man. The short thing. I mean, if I had my ideal height, I'd probably say 6'4", 6'5". That would be.
God, that's too tall.
That'd be nice.
Too tall.
You'd
die way early. That tall.
I don't have any like great features at all on my body. Like I'm fully aware of my flaws, right?
Yeah.
And I would say my calves are at least decent compared to some dudes' calves. And I remember getting a dude giving me a compliment on my calves. And I looked at that. I was like, "What in the world? Like nice calves, bro.
Nice calves, bro."
I'm like, that seems odd to me. I would never compliment a stranger. I don't know. It seems odd.
Nice calves, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a come on, because it's not. It's not something some guy's going to punch you in the face over. Not tell me, bam. But it's also kind of a nice calves, bro.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And
he was hoping for hey, you're not so bad yourself.
You got some nice calves too, my man.
Yeah. Why don't we go do some doggy calf raises back at your place?
nice glutes.
That's what he was fishing for.
Maybe
I like my glutes.
Yeah, maybe.
He's wearing yoga pants.
What's your best feature? Everybody's got
my hair.
You do have nice hair.
I don't think I have any great features.
What would you change if there was one thing you could change?
I wouldn't change. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Fine the way I am.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to get any Botox. I don't care. I mean, just don't care. I just don't care. I mean, like, if I get that movie role I'm up for, for next January, then I would do whatever it takes to look young enough to be in the movie.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would do it.
So if they were like,
So I
yeah, okay,
think
you
my
got
odds
to
are
get
pretty
some,
good.
you got to get some Botox, then you'd go.
I might do that.
Okay.
That ain't no big deal. I'm not going to get any surgery, but I get some Botox if they said, hey, it's $2 million for your starring role in the movie, and here, but you got a Botox. I was like, shoot me up, man, shoot me up.
What if they're like, you got to get Botox, and we need you to get that second vaccine?
Oh, see, I don't think I am.
But come on.
I don't think I am.
Starring movie role, $2 million,
I don't care.
and all you have to do is get your second shot.
No,
It's your
not
booster.
booster. Not doing it.
No, huh?
I don't think I am.
It'd be a tough call. It'd be a tough one.
Nah, I just don't. The health is your health is everything, in my opinion. Like, man, even if you have the flu, it's like if you had to live your life with the flu, you would just commit suicide because it's so miserable. It's like, who wants to live like that? So I just want to be healthy, and I ain't going to the doctor. I ain't taking nothing. I'm like, look, if my appendix bursts, I'm gonna head right to the ER and say take it out. But I just don't. I don't go to the doctor anymore. I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna eat as good as I can, and whatever happens. On my deathbed, sure, you can make fun of me when I'm like, I wish I had gone to the doctor. I don't care. This is how I'm doing it.
I had to get blood work. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, okay? And I had to get blood work the other day. So I get the blood work, and they send me the results.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, cool. That was pretty quick. Interesting.
Usually, you gotta wait.
And I'm like, looking at it. It's like, you can tell when something's bad because it's in red. And if it's good, it's green. So I'm looking at like a sea of green. I'm like, yeah. And then it's just like a big red. I'm going, oh, no.
Oh, what's the red on?
Cholesterol.
Oh, don't take statins.
Why?
They're terrible.
Isn't that the only... Well, I mean, besides obviously your natural fixes, but like once you're on statins, you kind of have to stay on them, right?
Just diet and exercise is what you got to do. The statins, I hear, are really bad for you. I'm not a doctor, Matt. But, I mean, I think that Steve Diaco said the statins almost killed his mom, and he had to fly up to New Jersey and, talk to the doctors and everything because he was in the hospital.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily...
I know, but I'm saying
I'm kidding.
that's not where I'm getting it. I'm getting to, the internet's full of people saying statins, are not good for you.
Okay, statins bad. All right.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I'm saying I would change if they said right now you're gonna die soon if you don't change his cholesterol. I'm gonna stop eating all the crap that I eat.
Yeah. Well, you're saying you're not going to go to the doctor, but I had a friend just recently, and he was supposed to go in for a back surgery. Okay,
Yeah.
but they
Don't do that. No back surgery.
I don't know.
They can't fix the back. Can't fix the back, man.
I'll leave that
can't
up to
fix
him. But the thing is, he goes there and ends up. But since he had to go under for it, I guess they kind of check out your heart to make sure everything's cool or whatever. He got some other thing done. Anyways, find out he's got an 80% blockage on one of his arteries or something like that. So now they can't do the surgery, and if they would have done the surgery, the chances of him passing away during the surgery would have been pretty great. So he's glad he found it, right? And he's going through his own stuff with it. But you can't just sit here and say, Mike, I'm not going to go to the doctor. You have to go to the doctor at some point. Not in a rabies type way.
If I have to.
But you got to know if something's messed up. And sometimes you don't know. At least that's what I'm figuring out. I'm on your page until it comes to like practical reality.
You can't get cancer if you don't go to the doctor, man. That's kind of my philosophy.
You're going to get your blood drawn. It's just going to be red.
Oh, if it was meant to be, if I exercise, and I eat home cooked meals. We don't go to fast food or anything. And if I have a massive grabber, I think I was meant to have a massive grabber, and there's not a lot I can do about it. I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna live a life where I eat boiled chicken and green beans. Like if they said no, I enjoy eating. That's part of my life. If I'm only going to live 10 years
Yeah.
eating normally as opposed to 20 years eating boiled chicken and, cucumbers, I'll take the food.
Really?
I love food.
You go with the 10.
Oh, I love.
But you
I'm
have a
not-
zest. But you also have a zest for life.
I
Like
got
you
a-
like life.
Yeah, but
Some people don't like life. You actually do.
10 years is good though. I'm good 10 years because then my granddaughters are grown.
10 years is good until
I
8
just don't
years
wanna
from
make-
now, you're like, oh man, only 2 more years.
I'm ready to kick it right now. I just don't want the granddaughters to be sad. That's the only thing keep me alive. It's like thinking, oh, Pop killed himself.
What if they were like, eh, eh.
Oh man, I could have done this a lot sooner,
Yeah,
girls.
wouldn't that be the worst if they were just like, eh, all right.
That would be sad.
Eh.
That was the only thing that make me sad.
It's dark. We're getting dark.
Let us take a break. I'm parched and my cup is empty, and my beer should be cold enough now. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more of The Hang.
Hey, Rich Doggy. Rich Doggy in the house. Oh, yeah. Yeah! Let's get this started. Why you so crazy like a bull? He's crazy! Oh, wait, you're not crazy because you lay on. Oh, you're too lazy! Rich Doggy! Rich Doggy! Kitty, you should rename yourself Lazy Doggy. Whoa! You're also best friends with Rich Kitty. Rich Kitty! Because you're both rich. Both rich! We get it! You're so crazy I can squeeze you. Squeeze you like a stick! Because you're so skinny. I can crack you like you're like a little stick. I can break. I can break ya! I hate this. I hate this song. But I'm still singing it. I like you. You don't like me. You're so annoying. As known as Rich Kid. Hey! Little Rich Doggy! Rich Doggy! Why you right here right now? Why? Rich Kitty! Rich Kitty! Friend, but I hate her and you. You're so crazy. The friendly animals like, friendly pipples. Oh wait, there is no such thing as that. Maybe because you're the crazy people, but I call you Rich People. But rich! But you are too crazy for that. You're rich! You're rich, Doggy, and I like to prove that. Here's my approval that you can say that. Here's my approval. Here's my approval that you can say that. Oh, I am Rich Kitty. You can say that too. Oh, wait, Rich Kitty.
Welcome back.
I need to tell you something too. I have my approval that you can say that about you on your essay. Yeah. That is your approval. You so
Welcome back to
crazy.
The Hang.
Crazy.
Drake's can play his crappy songs, his son's crappy rap. I can play my granddaughter's freestyle.
Like a rap.
Good stuff.
I mean, you know, she wanted to do it, so I'm very, you know, I'd encourage that, and I'd love it if she wanted to do other stuff in the future.
Anything creative.
I could help her out. I know stuff about audio, so I could help her out in that vein.
Yeah, man. Anything creative.
Yeah, oh shit! I pressed a button accidentally. Okay, I think I'm okay. Anything like anything other than watching YouTube or being on your phone. They want me to do anything, I'll do it with them because it's way better than them sitting around, being on their phone.
Yeah, scroll.
Yeah, they both play soccer. I coach, so it's got to keep them active.
Yeah, man. I get it. Like your shirt.
I've probably had this back in the old show.
I don't know why I just noticed it. A nice Nirvana shirt.
It is a nice shirt. It's got the weird astronaut,
That's pretty cool.
and it's got a happy face. And this is from 1993, probably one of their first tour, the Houston Astrodome.
So that's not a Nirvana shirt that you'd pick up at Target in their little T-shirt area?
Probably.
Oh, I thought like you...
No, I don't own. I've never bought a concert T-shirt.
Yeah.
Ever.
I can't see you doing that.
Ever. That never even crossed my mind to buy a I never even thought about it.
Merch.
Let me budget an extra $30.
Oh, at least.
Well, that was back in the day.
Yeah.
Now I can't. I bet they're $45-$50. Higher.
Oh, I
Higher.
don't, dude. I'm not purchasing tour band merch either. But yeah.
Can you imagine the merch at the Taylor Swift concert? I bet they just made a gazillion dollars on merch alone.
It's nuts. Okay.
They probably everything Taylor.
I'm okay with that. I like her. I genuinely have an affection for however it is that she does what she does. I mean, the fact that even if she wrote 10% of the songs that she performed, I would still be impressed.
Yeah.
But the fact that she writes allegedly all of the songs.
Allegedly. You remember Santa Claus, Matt? I'm going to say that to
No,
you.
say it's
forever.
not. Say it's not so. Tell me Taylor writes all her songs.
You know, that's what I would love to know. Like how much, like all artists, like how much does Taylor Swift, she writes a song, she's got the melody, she
Yeah.
plays guitar, and how much does the producer take it and change it? Or is it very true to her original version?
I would feel like with her music, she's probably got a pretty good handle on how she wants it to sound, to where a producer's not gonna muck it up too much. But she's a billionaire. She's got the best producers in the business, and they take it, and she's like, "Yeah, that's awesome. That's how we're gonna do it." I don't know. I don't know either.
I don't know. I'd really like to know. I'd like to know who writes their own. Like Garth Brooks, you think Garth Brooks is so talented, and you hear that "Low Places" was written, by two dudes that were not Garth Brooks.
Oh, that wasn't his?
No, and it's like, well, that was his big hit.
It is disappointing to find out.
So I'm thinking maybe
yeah.
a lot of his songs were, and he's still a great singer and he was a good performer, but kind of takes a little of it out of it for me.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know. I was at Busch Gardens this past week. And you ever seen those shirts, Guy Harvey?
Yeah.
So he's there.
Don't they have like fish on them all the time?
Yes, art and he's just a big fish guy, right? And I'm going, and they go, yeah, Guy Harvey is signing, T-shirts and prints and pictures and all this stuff at today at 5:00, and I'm going, Guy Harvey, wow, like, geez, I don't know what Guy Harvey looks like. I just have seen Fish, and you see the Guy Harvey thing, right? Like,
yep.
And so I'm like, gee, do we stick around? I don't want to get a picture with the guy.
With Guy Harvey.
I don't want anything signed, but I kind of was interested
Want to see what he looks like.
Yeah, like and come to find out, he's Jamaican.
Really?
Yes, he's like a Jamaican-born. Now he doesn't look Jamaican by any stretch. He's a white dude, older white dude.
I didn't know there were white Jamaicans.
Just an older white dude that paints fish, but he's like some sort of like oceanographer was his actual roots, like a marine biologist kind of guy, but from Jamaica. And I'm going, I would have never in a million years guessed Guy Harvey was a Jamaican oceanographer.
I had no idea. I had no idea who he was. How did he get famous? Is his art? I don't even know how great.
Fish. He paints fish.
Is he great? Is he a great fish painter? Is he just an average fish painter who made it?
I don't know. I guess art's subjective. I mean, some of his fish look pretty cool. He does great work, but it was weird to see that guy there just taking pictures with people. And I'm going, but it was along the same lines as what you're saying with the Taylor Swift thing. Because I'm going, well, it would be disappointing to see Guy Harvey maybe wasn't, does he paint all his own fish? Because his fish are everywhere. Like
this.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I think. Get out of here, buddy.
Dude,
I think any good artist could paint those fish. Am I wrong?
I couldn't paint those fish.
No, a good
artist.
There's probably about 30,000 people in the world who could do this.
Yeah, but he's
maybe
got
100,000.
But that autograph. Like that,
that's how he made it.
Yeah.
That's how he made it.
He's got to be loaded because he's got.
It's pretty realistic.
Everywhere you go in the fishing world, there's something Guy Harvey attached to it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what a niche. He's got to be loaded. Just by putting his name on stuff.
I don't know.
Resorts and restaurants and.
This is only $22.50. That's not a bad deal right there. In this day and age, I'm thinking $22.50 isn't bad for the Guy Harvey sweat, like a long sleever.
All right, now here's how much I know about fishing. The top fish on that shirt right there. There's 4 fish on this shirt. The top one, I'm guessing, I'm going to say that's a marlin.
I would say you would be right. Sailfish or a marlin.
All right.
How about this
The
one?
other fish, I have no clue what that is. Zero clue.
That would be a dolphin. There's a fish.
Hold on.
There's a fish
Whoa.
called a dolphin.
So that would be like traditional tuna?
No. Okay. It's mahi mahi.
That's a mahi-mahi?
Dolphin. See, there's dolphin the mammals.
The whole dolphin thing confuses me.
There's dolphin. There's that dolphin.
The orgasming dolphin.
Yes. And then there's this dolphin, which is a fish, and it has no relation to the other dolphin. They just happen to be named the same.
Why would they name them the same? I don't know. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I don't know,
Two
Matthew.
completely different animals. We'll call them the same thing as we did with the other one.
I mean,
You're both dolphins. It's official.
They don't look like anything. They look least like a dolphin than any fish. They got this giant forehead.
Yeah, it looks like he's got water on his brain.
Like he's all art out. It's like a fish with Down syndrome.
Yes.
But
call it the Downsy
It's
fish.
a dolphin.
All right,
How
so that's
about
a
this
dolphin.
one?
All right, if I was to guess, I'm going to say it's a. All right. I'm going trout.
You gonna number 3?
Yeah, I'm going trout.
I'm thinking these are all saltwater fish, and I believe that
trout,
would. No, it's freshwater. Trout's freshwater. I believe this is a wahoo, Matthew. I believe. I'm not sure. I think it's a wahoo though. These all appear to be sports fish, that you troll for. Like you troll for these. You got to go out and troll for all these. I think this is either a jack or a tuna. I think that's a tuna.
That looks like tuna looks right because the tail. Whenever I watch the tuna show on TV and they catch the big ones, that's kind of what they look like. So
yellow.
right.
Yeah, well, there's a yellowfin tuna, I believe.
Now that's the good tuna that you get flash frozen. It comes in your sushi and all that kind of good stuff, right?
In the sashimi. Is that what the sashimi is?
So
I believe
good.
it is.
So good, dude. The tuna, man. That tuna show where they fish all over the place.
Yeah.
And and they'll catch one, and it's like a couple 100 pounds, and they get paid like $15,000, and they're all like hooting and hollering, and then they don't catch another one for the entire season. Like what a job! Like what a crazy.
That's a crapshoot.
It really is. Like you're in this giant ocean on this tiny little boat, and you got one job is to catch this one kind of fish. Nothing else matters. And if you don't catch that fish,
you go hungry.
that's it. Game over. I don't know.
That's I'll pass on that.
Yeah,
I wonder
same.
if you used to be able to catch those fish all the time, and now they fished them all out. I don't know.
I keep hearing that, but again, I don't know what's real or not with what people say. So people will go, "Oh, you're overfishing." But how do we know? The ocean's deep. I don't know. How are you judging this?
I always say, like, if you drive here to Georgia,
Yeah.
nothing but woods, man. I mean, you're amazed, at the amount of woods there are, amount of property that people aren't on. If you go out on the ocean is 75% of the earth. It's so nobody can even fathom how big the ocean is. Can we, as people, take all the fish out of it? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe not. Maybe we can. We're the Chinese.
We do like to consume.
Chinese like to consume even more than us.
Oh, really? More fish, or just in
Well,
general, just population?
They don't do they don't follow the rules. You gotta if you have some rules, you can extend the life of the ocean with taking only so many and not just gill netting and trolling the bottom of the ocean where you destroy. See that I
So
guess
China's going all in.
they just do going into these. We have these preserves like the Galapagos Preserve, and for 300 miles every direction around that island, you can't fish, you can't do anything. That's just and then China, they just go right in there, man. They just go, woo! This is the best fishing we ever had.
Well, clearly there's enough fish, because if China's been doing that for a while and they're
Yeah,
still
they have
able to
been.
do it, maybe the fish are doing just fine.
Of course, we did take the whales almost to extinction. We did do that, and that was with those hokey rowboats and everything, man.
All right, real talk, honest question.
Santa Claus.
No, I was going to say, this is going to come across wrong for any wildlife people, but what are whales good for? You can look at a bat and say, okay, they eat mosquitoes.
Yeah.
You can look at a snake and go, okay, they eat rodents. There's that little chain of command.
Yeah.
What's a whale doing? See? You got nothing.
I got nothing.
Like
The killer whales, the orcas, are keeping down the seal population.
so they eat the seals.
So the seals don't. See, the ocean would be full of seals. if
Well, then
it
why don't we
was
just
not-
eat the seals? Do people eat
I
seal?
don't think seal meat's good. I think you have to be an Inuit who lives in the frozen Alaskan wilderness to say, "Well, we got a seal." Woo!
This blubber's
This
tasty. little grizzle.
Yeah,
It's
I
got a
know.
little grizzle on it.
I don't know. Nature seems to work in perfect synchronicity
Until we step in.
until we step. So you take the whales away, and all of a sudden
But is
things are
anything,
haywire. I don't know.
has anything gone extinct that you're missing? Like, you know,
I mean, things go extinct all the time. They say just naturally. You know that was the last of that one.
yeah, you just kind of move on. I mean, aside from it being, if humans go to extinction, all right, then it's a problem. But besides that, like if there's no more jaguars, I mean, it sucks.
look,
There's
if
no
you,
more.
if you
but-
look at it, if you look at it like we are the alpha predators on the planet,
Yep.
and we've become so alpha that we'll obliterate you all. Like, hey, everybody, let's go kill every lion that ever was, and we'll do it. And we would kill the lions in 2 weeks, and there would never be, and you could justify by saying, well, I guess they should have invented the machine gun, right? Right?
Well, I was like the one in like the zoos where they go, "Oh, this is the last living one," and to be that last living one is to be like, "Well, shit."
That's
Shit.
depressing. Just looking at to watching, there's the last one.
Yeah,
It's depressing.
it is kind of, and then to go stare at it through a cage. You go, "So this is it, huh? This is the last one."
Yeah, he's like, F you, because you killed us all. And now they got to stare at me. Man.
I get the hunting stuff, and I'm okay with it. But
I'm okay with it. We gotta-
bro, I don't know, man. Some of those pictures with the dudes where they just kill for sport and they do the whole pose with the lion thing, and
I don't
little-
believe in big game hunting, really.
So what's
I think it's
considered big game to you?
Like elephants and lions and
Okay.
zebras.
So
and-
lions
and
fall in that category.
It's like, what's the, if you're not going to eat it, you're just doing it so you can take a picture that said you killed a lion, and it's like, what's the point? And you're gonna have a guide. It's like, I wouldn't have it if you're just gonna be a regular old man and take your rifle and go out in the Serengeti plains and bag you a lion. No, you're gonna get a guy who knows where the lions is. Every day he's out there looking for lions, and he's gonna take you in his jeep right to the lion that's sleeping, because they sleep 22 hours a day, and he's gonna say, he's
Crikey, mate! I think I
gonna,
found
you're
one.
gonna blow his air horn and wake it up, and then you're gonna shoot it. That's how it's gonna go. And that's for pussies.
And they
In
pay a
my
lot of
opinion.
money for it.
Yeah, it's for rich pussies, is what like those canned hunts in Texas. You can go, the freaking jaguars in 100-yard pen, and you go in there and you blast it. It's like, fuck, that's bullshit.
I still feel like, again, this is where I'm a hypocrite because I eat meat.
Yeah,
But man, I don't want to go hunting and kill stuff. I
don't either.
I don't. I can't. And I, much like you, shooting an elephant or something, like, dude, that's sort of crossing the line.
it's crossing the line.
I mean, a lion at least can rip your face off in about 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
An elephant, unless it like sat on you or something.
oh no, an elephant will kill you in a heartbeat.
Hold on.
It's one of the most dangerous animals on the earth.
They're not docile like they are at Busch
No,
Gardens.
man, they charge you and they'll stomp that. And they just throw you like you know how big an elephant? Like 12,000 pounds, I think.
Telling me I can't telling me I can't juke.
Oh.
I can't juke an elephant.
What do you
is what you're
think?
telling
What do you
me?
think the top speed of an elephant is?
Top speed of an elephant. I will go. Look, it can't be too fast. I'll go 18 miles an hour.
25 miles an hour, faster than a human.
Not at a short distance. I'll dust him short distance.
Dust him.
He'll get me. You're telling me I could
25
just
mile an hour?
Yeah, but couldn't I just turn like he'd be running for me, right? But then I just turn
Well, see,
left,
yeah,
and then turn right,
You can make a couple of those, I think, before he.
like running back
I
style.
think he's gonna get you. I think you're gonna tire out before the elephant tires out.
I'd look like Barry Sanders out there.
Barry Sanders. Elephant would crush you in a heartbeat. crush you.
How do we get on this?
Emerson Johnson, $9.99 on YouTube. Thank you, Emerson Johnson. Brandon cheered 2,000 bits, I believe, as well. Thank you very much.
What do you mean $9.99 on YouTube?
I guess you can cheer money on YouTube too.
For real?
I mean,
that's cool.
Because we don't usually. I mean, we just started the YouTube live deal, so appreciate it.
How do you do a hype train?
They have to. Different people have to cheer or gift subs.
I'm so ignorant with this.
And then there'll be hype train, and they have a certain amount of time to give money.
I think I asked you the first week we did this show. I was like, what's up with this hype train thing?
You were sitting over there, and it was about like 5 minutes into the hype train, and you were like this. And
I still don't understand what one is.
Ned had a level 7, 12% hype train on Friday. It was a record. It was a new record for the
See,
for
what
the
does that
street.
mean?
It means he made a lot of money.
Okay. Oh, that's good then. All right. So how many levels
good.
are there?
I don't know. So far, there's 11 that we've gotten to.
Okay.
And it doesn't really. I think you get emotes. If you cheer, if you cheer on the hype train, then whatever level gets, you get emotes for that.
And what do you do with the emotes?
Like in your chat, you can put your emotes in there by your chat, and people can see your emotes. They're like emojis kind of deal.
Okay. Do they have cool ones? Like, can you get it?
Like they can be emotes of like me. There's some people who have emotes of me and Trace and Donna.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know.
It's a whole different world, buddy. Sog
sure
City
is.
Drew, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7, 800 bits, 900 bits.
Hey.
Sog City Drew, 1,000 bits. Sog City Drew, 1,100 bits. Sog City Drew, Uncut Meaty Mandigo. I think this is old stuff. My bad. This is old hat. This is from half an hour ago. 10:50. My bad. Uncut Meaty Mandingo. All right, let me catch up. That's a lot of chat. You guys are some chatty mother effers.
Yeah, anything cool in there? Anybody offering anything of value?
Triple Edge Sword said that elephant would ruin you.
Oh, man. Good one.
It would ruin you, buddy.
Good one.
It'd smash you to the curb. That's Navy said it would smash you to the curb.
I would crack his mask. There. Somebody asked.
Big Kahuna says, didn't Spice think you could kick an orangutan's ass too?
No. Did I? No, I don't think that was me. An orangutan would beat the crap out of me. No, I'm not. No. I don't think I thought an orangutan could kick my ass. Or I'm not, whatever, the opposite of that.
Don't hate the messenger. That's Big Kahuna. You never know what we said back in the day.
That's true. We said some things for effect.
Some things. I would say the show was it was a good 75, 80% real, but there was a solid 20%.
Just
straight lying. Straight lying.
Somebody put on YouTube, one of the comments was like, "Oh, you need to get Brent back in there."
Oh, I saw that, and I almost commented back to him, but I just didn't. I was too lazy to actually. It's like Brent's a douchebag.
Yeah, like it ain't happening. Like that ship has sailed. I don't want to talk to that guy ever again as long as I live.
He really, I mean, he got worse and worse. It's just got more pathetic and more pathetic, and it's like.
But yeah, they go. People go, "Oh,
no, I would never
get the band back together." I don't want to be a part of that fucking band.
No.
So you feel the same way as I do?
Absolutely no. Right. Ever, never, ever.
Okay.
Ever, never.
Boy, that was pretty emphatic.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think.
I think
Tom the Tree Man could come on. I think I'd be cool with him.
He's cool.
How about Big Dick? Would you be? Are you not? You got beef with Big Dick? Is he all part of the deal? He's part of the nefarious deal, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people involved in that nefarious deal.
So,
see who else we got.
A lot of angles being shot on that one.
David Rice, you'd be cool with.
Oh yeah, I don't.
See, he was the straightest edge you'll ever find.
I think.
Don't tell me David Rice stories. I always thought he was the perfect man.
So here's no.
The time he got blown in the studio, like
no, he was great. I think for me, I just don't want anything to do with that orbit. Anybody that ran in that orbit, I'm just not really
gotcha.
prepared to deal with.
Gotcha.
You know, except for you, of course. It's just different. I don't know why. It's just different for me. You know,
I had nothing to do with nothing usually.
Yeah.
That's probably why. I just had nothing to do with nothing.
well, even talking about you're like 80% truth, 20%, and not to switch topics, but
Yeah.
I was looking at that George Santos who got expelled from Congress, right?
Yeah.
And now he's on Cameo doing stuff and, you know, whatever. But
Is he?
Yeah, he's doing like personal vids for like $200. Not OnlyFans yet, just
Yeah,
Cameo.
he's. I mean,
It'll go there.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready for OnlyFans. He's very flamboyant.
Yeah, but I'm thinking to myself, all right, so he got kicked out for lying, okay, and all of Congress hates him because he told all these tall tales, but I'm going, everybody else in Congress lies. You all are liars. They're all liars.
I don't know why we can't agree on that.
He just lied in a different.
Yeah.
You didn't like the way he lied. That was really, and it was fairy tales. I get it. He was making stuff up. It was crazy. He did stuff bad. I'm not excusing the behavior at all. But don't sit there in Congress like some sort of moral authority. Like, can you believe the stuff he said and the lies that he said? Like, dude, you all are complicit in the majority of the lying throughout the country.
Yeah, I don't know why people can't understand that. It's like most of these people are, basically a lot of things that they do in Congress are criminal.
Yeah.
And they're always on their high horse telling everybody else how they should talk and act and do and heaven forbid you bring any kind of disgrace on this sacred institution. It's like, shove your sacred institution. You're a bunch of con artists.
And they're mad at that guy because he didn't tell the truth about this, or he used campaigns funds for this.
For Botox.
Yeah, like, okay, let's dig into where your campaign contributions went, guys. Let's see.
Have you seen Nancy Pelosi's chest?
Yes, I have.
You got like 44 double D's
Bro.
on your dime, buddy.
I'm a motorboating son of a bitch on those.
She's 80. Her breasts are only
12. I mean like 12 years old. Like,
Exactly.
no, I mean, no, okay.
No, they're only 12 years old.
Yeah.
Well, that still sounds bad. They're new.
They're 18 years old.
Yeah, they're 18 years old. They're new. They're new breasts. On your dime.
Yeah.
And all these people, all these cheating sons of bitches are up in arms about this guy getting Botox and OnlyFans on his campaign. It's like, it's all bullshit. They wanted to get rid of him for some reason.
Right. Because it's like, whoa. You can't lie like that. You have to lie like this. Lie like the rest of us do in Congress, Mr. Santos. You're lying differently, and for that, we have to expel you. And I know it's deeper than that. I'm not I'm not excusing his behavior, right? Like, I get it.
But they all do it. They all do it. Way worse than him.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like you guys are great. You're not.
It's disgusting. It's like Emmett, it's the same way in all aspects of politics. It's like Eminem comes out with this anti-Trump, thing, and he's like, because Trump doesn't care. He doesn't care about his base. He doesn't care. He doesn't even like his base. And it's like, okay, I'm fine with that. But you know what? If you say that, you got to say that for every one of those motherfuckers. Because none of them give a shit about you or I, and they don't like us at all. They don't like us at all. So why would he be any different?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's not just him. They all hate us.
Well, then and I know we don't want to get too deep into politics. We're not trying to divide things, and so I'm keeping it light here.
Common sense.
But just from a common sense perspective, you know who sucks? Who really sucks? Gavin Newsom.
Ugh,
that guy sucks.
Yes,
like
sucks so. He's the prototypical sleazy slime ball, right?
I figured it out. I was watching the DeSantis Gavin Newsom debate highlights, and you listen to this Gavin Newsom talk, and again, this is not a Republican Democrat thing. It has nothing to do with any of it. My point is simply this: if you were to take Gavin Newsom and make him bald, he'd be screwed.
Yeah,
he would be
hate him.
Screwed.
People would hate him.
He would look like he would be the villain, and instead he's got he's a classically handsome man,
He's Matthew McConaughey-esque.
Yes.
You know, he's just got those classic looks.
Right. But
He's a dreamboat, man.
he is a dreamboat.
He's a dreamboat.
Make him look like Brent. See what happens to his political career. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
right down the tubes.
Right there.
Down to zero.
Right down to zero in my life.
But he
Yeah,
really
not
does.
gonna happen.
Yeah, Gavin.
Yeah, I mean, I never like okay, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. Yuck, right? Why doesn't everybody just go yuck?
Yeah, all across the board.
No,
Ew.
no, I like these two glecks better than your gleck. I don't know. Probably.
I'd like to think the world is expanding its views a bit. I'd like to think that it's not going to be so R and so D moving forward.
Got it. Yeah, I saw that The Rock was meeting with top government officials, and he's going to run for president. That's what I heard, and he's going to save us, man. Superman.
I listened to the interview with him on Rogan a few weeks back, and it was very interesting. He didn't really give any in-depth answers on much of the topics at all.
Perfect, then, isn't he?
No, not even political topics. Like,
Yeah.
the whole interview, it was
just him evading.
It was just him. It was almost like he was afraid Rogan was going to ask him something that he didn't want to talk about. So instead, he kept asking Rogan questions.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "So what do you think about that, Joe?" Like, what? It was like a constant shifting of the questions. It was interesting. But they did talk about the presidential thing, and he said that at least during that interview that he did have members of a party, and they had done studies and done this research of going, hey, man, you got a pretty good shot here if you wanted to go that direction. Now, at least in that interview, he said he does not plan on going that direction. So I don't know where it stands now.
Until today. Okay, right now, our presidential election is tomorrow. Are you voting for The Rock?
Who's
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm voting for I'm voting for The Rock.
I mean, The Rock versus who?
It's anybody to me. Anybody running right now, I just vote for The Rock.
Rock versus Trump?
Yeah, Trump's 80 years old, man.
Okay.
You're gonna have an 84-year-old president at the end of his term? I don't think so. Come on, let's get real.
So Rock over Trump.
Yep, The Rock. Over Biden, over Trump, over Nikki, over Ron.
Man, you're going right to The Rock.
Over Gavin. Why not? Who?
I don't know.
There's not one person out there who's going to change shit. Well, at least let's get The Rock in there, and he can pretend to change some shit.
It would be great, though, to see a bigger guy like that in office as he takes pictures with other leaders from around the world, because they all puff up.
Can you? I mean,
He doesn't even have to
imagine?
puff up. A picture of him next to Putin would be hilarious.
I mean, there's no leader in the world of any country that can meet The Rock and out handshake him. Not
No.
one. He's gonna, whatever your firmness is, he's gonna out firm it, and you might want and then he's gonna go, and you're gonna get the cracks in the finger. See, people don't understand this. It's like whatever you think of Trump or Biden, it's like when you have the video of Trump and he meets Putin and he grabs Putin and he pulls him in. It's like that's a thing.
Yeah. It's a power move.
The world is, sometimes the world boils down to whether you're afraid of somebody else.
Yeah.
Maybe they're, I'll just nuke Red Square. If everybody in America thinks he's crazy, well, maybe Putin thinks he's crazy too. And he's like, well, I'm not going to do shit because he's going to nuke Red Square. And why does that have to be political? I don't give a shit about either party.
There's a great video of I think it's Putin and Kim Jong-un. Is that right?
Kim Jong-un.
And they are doing a toast, and they both have like these glasses of wine, and they did like
I saw that.
and neither one of them will drink it. They both I don't know what's in this. And the other one's, I don't know what's in this either. We could both keel over. Like, we're not taking any chances, and they just put it down. And
they should have done the old switcheroo where they switch the guy's drink. That's
it's the best, like all of those little power moves. But I wonder if Putin's got to be a mark for The Rock. I mean, look, The Rock.
I mean, who isn't?
The Rock is known around the world. I mean, people mark out to him all the time in other countries. I mean, I would imagine even as much of a strong, bold leader as you are of some of these countries, like a Putin or Xi Jinping, So there, Xi Jinping.
Well,
If you come face to face with The Rock, you're probably going to crack a smile. You gotta.
I mean,
you're probably going to be like,
he's got to have that big
Nice to
rock
meet you.
smile. I mean, he's got those perfect pearly whites.
yeah.
He's on the massive amounts of human growth. He's a hulk of a man. Like, he would tower over Putin.
It would be a great photo. I bet you Putin wouldn't take a picture next to him because it would make him look less than.
Yeah, it's probably not.
So,
Rock for president. I'm going for it.
all right, well, Rock it is. I'm in.
I haven't voted in a long time, but I vote for The Rock. And I know, knowing that things would probably not change at all, but at least I'd have The Rock for president. I mean, see, I got something out of it.
You got something out of it.
Something. I got Rock being cool. I want to see I want to see the State of the Union with The Rock.
I mean,
He's an actor. Of course, he's
Dude.
going to deliver it good.
the merch, the American pride would come roaring back in an instant.
It would.
It would.
He would-
Then something bad would happen, and it would go, awry. I'm sure.
Of course, but I mean that the inauguration speech that somebody's written for him and he delivers because he's an actor.
Flawless delivery. Not even needing teleprompters, just going off the
Said
cuff.
to have a tear in my eye. That's all I see. That's why I want it. It give you, and then then inflation is still 15-20%, but at least you got The Rock for president.
Yeah. The Rock doesn't care. Like, he could just.
He doesn't care.
Again, he could talk to himself about himself in third person
Yes.
for the entire
Yes.
term of the president. Like, if Trump were to talk about himself in third person, it would take people. It would put him off a little bit, even though he's the narcissistic type.
Yeah.
Trump doesn't go, Trump says, right? He just go, I say. The Rock could
yeah.
literally talk to him. Yeah, just
President Rock says,
third person everything.
Vladimir, if you smell what the Rock. I mean, people. What kind of cheers are you going to get in a stadium when the Rock says, Vladimir Putin, if you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Game over.
I mean,
Game over.
game over. I'm on board already.
All right. Well, I'm sold. Now, if only we could talk him into doing it.
I don't know. I saw the things on Twitter of him meeting. It's all probably complete bullshit. I mean, all you take is one guy on Twitter putting a picture of The Rock coming with at one time he came out of a building with a man in uniform, which has probably happened plenty of times. And there's The Rock was at the Pentagon today, and he's going to be president. And I'm like biting on it. A lot of people are biting on it.
I mean, RFK is a strong second to The Rock as far as being shredded goes.
He is. He's on that growth for sure. He's way too old to be shredded like that. He's
Yeah.
Mel Gibson style,
Bro.
growthed up.
He's that
He's
old guy
jacked.
that you get followed with when you go to like all your websites, and it's just the old guy with the old face but just shredded body.
Shredded body.
He's that guy.
Yeah. He's a hawker too. He
What does that mean?
He hunts with hawks. And he has for his entire life.
I've never
and he's
even
traveled
heard
the
that
world
before.
hunting with hawks.
How do you
Like
hunt with
a
hawk?
falconer. Where they get the bird and it's got the little hood.
Yeah.
And you send the bird off and he goes and gets you something. He'll get you a mouse or a rabbit, and he'll bring it back to you.
And then you use that as. Hold on. Where's the hunting involved though?
You're not hunting. He hunts for you.
So he uses a hawk as a. Seems ridiculous.
He says it's one of the most beautiful experiences you'll ever have.
But he's not doing anything. He's sending a hawk to go do his dirty work, and then the
Yes,
hawk
he
brings
is.
back food, and then he cooks it.
It's just nature. And then I don't know. Do you really think that RFK Jr. is eating rabbit stew? I don't think he is. I think he just throws that in the fucking trash.
Eating a rabbit stew with steroids in it.
Yeah, for sure. So at least he's got an interesting hobby. At least he's an interesting guy. I'm sure if RFK is totally in with the elites. He was on Epstein. He just admitted he was on Epstein's plane twice today.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's in with the elites. He's probably cheating like a mofo on his wife, like all the Kennedy. Every single Kennedy is in their blood. They are horn dogs. The Kennedys are horn dogs, and there's nothing. I mean, he is.
The Kennedys might be the horniest family in America.
I think they are.
They are.
I mean, every single one of them had some kind of horny controversy.
Yeah.
But at least he's interesting. He can screw us. I don't want Biden Trump. See, Trump's. I don't know if Trump's going to be that interesting at 80.
RFK can just send his Falcon out to pick up a hoe. Bring me a
He
whore.
would bring me. He's a team of Falcons. A team of Falcons. They bring back a prostitute who later on winds up in the Potomac, I believe.
What a crazy story that was.
What?
The Ted Kennedy.
the Chappaquiddick.
Chappaquiddick. And like actually seeing the movie about it.
Yeah.
And I get the movie probably takes some liberties.
Yeah, you
I
never
understand
know.
that.
You never know.
But Jesus Christ, if it's anything close to that, and that guy was still a sitting politician after that,
His whole career until he died of brain cancer.
it seems bananas to me.
You're on your own. I'm swimming to shore. I mean, and then somebody broke into the police station and took the files or something, didn't they?
I don't remember. It's been a few years since
Yeah.
since I saw anything on it. But I mean, if anybody listening has not done any sort of research on that at all, my God, go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And
that's
again,
how it works, and that's
not in
how
a conspiracy way. It's
it's
crazy.
right out there. That's how the government works. I think what they did come to Ted and they went, Ted,
yes.
yeah, you killed this girl, but we're gonna get you out. But you can't be president from.
All right.
You can stay. You'll be good. The people in Massachusetts love you. And that was his deal. And he was senator from Massachusetts until the day he died, I believe.
I wonder if you're
And he got away with it.
the family of the woman that
Oh, what's her name?
drowned.
Mariana. Oh, I can't remember.
Kopechne.
Kopechne.
If you're her family, relatives, even extended, you think they just got paid off?
I don't know. Maybe got paid off. What do you think?
I don't.
If you're the family,
If you're the family, and this guy's still sitting in the like Senate,
galling.
wouldn't your mind just be blown? Like, what is happening here?
Every time you saw him, like making one of his speeches, you'd be like, "Fuck this guy's scot free, living the life of a senator." My daughter's dead.
Very strange.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's what you get when you go out with a Kennedy.
Man, partying with a Kennedy. Jesus.
Taking your life. Who was that one? Willie. I think it was Willie.
Willie Kennedy?
Willie Kennedy, who, like, allegedly raped the girl, but he got off on that. And then one of the one of the Kennedys supposedly beat a girl to death with a golf club when he was like 14 or 16, and he got off on that.
So the world's horniest family is also the
they're
most
violent.
violent.
Yeah.
And you've got RFK on growth? Oh,
On
my
growth,
God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I think that's a bad move. The Rock. Go with The Rock.
He's going to tear shit up like the Incredible Hulk.
He would. Maybe that might be what you want as a leader. In the coming apocalypse. I'll take any of these big shredded guys. RFK, The Rock.
Yeah, they should have stats on the ballot of height, weight, body fat percentage.
Yeah, that means something in this world.
It
I'm
does.
telling you, The Rock. Nobody's bombing the U.S. with nukes with The Rock as president. They're just not. It's in the back of their mind.
It's ingrained. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I think its strength means something. You want a president who's not feeble.
It's true. That's all we're asking.
I don't know why that make me a bad person. I'm sorry.
Don't talk about
Don't
politics.
talk about, I know. I
There.
get sucked in sometimes. It's because you meet a lot of people and they're like, yeah, the world's crazy, isn't it? And it's like, I didn't used to meet people going, the world's crazy. But now everybody me goes, isn't the world crazy right now?
But yeah, when they say that though, it's like, you really want to talk about this?
No, yeah, let's just say, yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's pretty nuts out there. I was talking to somebody who's sort of famous. All right, a couple weeks ago, and I was talking about somebody else who's very famous with him, and he did this movie. And he goes, "Yep, he's a handful." That was a great response because of what we were talking about, the nature of the conversation, and all he had to say was, "Yep, he's a handful," and it said it all. There was
Yeah,
no more that
that's all he
needed to be
needed.
said. It was like, I was like, I got to adopt that one. Somebody, yep, he's a handful.
It's just like Howard Stern walking in and going, I hope it works out.
Yeah. A handful.
He knew exactly what he was saying.
Yeah, he didn't have to say anything at all. Just call him a handful. It's not positive. It's not negative. It's just he's a handful.
He's a handful. You tell me off air who he was.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
You best not. I blab. I'm a blabber.
Yeah, you can't.
Unintentional. I could keep a secret forever, except I won't. Because I'll just
Well, then you can't.
Yeah, but I mean, I could. I want to, but it just like I'll be like, blah, blah, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
In the same sentence, you said I can keep a secret forever, but I can't.
I can't. I could. I want to.
And then you said, but I can, but I won't.
I want to, but I won't. Nobody tells me anything. That's why nobody told me. That's why I was oblivious down there. They were like, "Yeah, don't tell me." No, he'll blab it to somebody. He'll tell Donna, and then she'll tell something in the flowers. You know, I'd tell it on the air. I'd be like, "Manson, shut up!" Oh God.
I didn't ever not tell you anything that was going on. I just kind of assumed that you didn't want to know or didn't need it. I just, everybody had their own. Again, I go back to Area 51, where, all right, if you believe in Area 51, and everybody's got their own specific jobs, and nobody knows what else anybody is doing, and then they reverse engineer it, right? And then all of a sudden you get a spacecraft. That's similar to what it was like working down at that station. Was everybody had their own things.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Don't cross-reference it. Just do this. And then you had, eventually it'll come together. Like something, you're reverse engineering radio.
Or not.
Yeah. Weird.
I think I would have been a little better off if I'd, been a little more privy to things that were going on instead of being so oblivious.
What do you feel like
intentionally
you
oblivious?
missed?
I don't know. I think if I'd have been more in on stuff from the beginning, I think I would have bailed a lot sooner.
That's the problem.
See, so that's why I was kept in the dark.
Yeah.
Except about a year before I left, when I said, "So, what's the plan for next year?" I don't know, buddy.
I don't know, cuzzy.
I don't know. And I went, "Wow, that's a first." That's a moment of honesty.
A rare
moment. Because he really wanted to say, "You're getting fired."
Yeah. Well, if you really want to know, my plan is to drive you out slowly.
Yeah, it was brutal. He probably. Oh, I see. Looking back, man, I should have worked him, man. I should have looked at every day as an opportunity just to get under his skin. I'm so stupid. And make him. See, I should have done to him what he was doing to me.
Drive him insane.
I'm so stupid.
No, you're not stupid. You're just not.
I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, you're not built like that.
I'm not. I'm just too naive.
Like, you know what? You know the kind of jackass you have to be to commit to that level of fuckery daily?
I don't know. I think I could justify it. I think I could justify it. Because I'm not doing it to a normal person or a good person. I'm get somebody getting what they deserve.
Yeah. Wow.
And at least, because, he's like someone who would never fire or confront anybody. You always have somebody else do it.
Yeah.
So I guess I wouldn't have that satisfaction. It would have been a call from Bean or something. Beaner, call Max and fire him. I can't take his back talk anymore.
How great would it be if you had Tom the Tree Man fire you?
Oh, Tom the Tree Man.
You're like, what? What happened?
Manson.
I got some bad news. If I had an office, I'd have you step in here, but I don't. So, just want to let you know, you've written your last parody song.
And that would be really shitty to do to somebody.
Well, I should take your catalog and profit off it from now on until eternity.
But it would also be kind of awesome. It's like, wow, he really got me. He sent Tom the Tree Man to fire me.
Now, for last and not least.
Man, I got touche.
You're fired.
Touche, Love Sponge. Tom the Tree Man.
It's like the fact that a grown man still has that name on his driver's license. I just can't with that. It's
Tom the Tree Man.
whole thing's ridiculous.
Tom the Tree Man. All right, let's take let's not take a break. Let's just end it. End it on Twitch and YouTube, and then we'll be back with a little VIP. I accidentally sent you the VIP one. If you posted it on Spotify, it's fine. It's fine.
I did not post it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I sent it to you. I was having a bad week, man. You can tell everything was not good this week. I was not on my game technically.
It's quite all right, man. It's quite all right. Now, for the VIP, how would one get to the said VIP section, Mike?
Wait, if you could just pause for a second.
Sure.
So what you are walking into my studio and telling me is that I should tell people where to find the VIP.
Correct. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't.
I'm so bad at it. It's like every day I should be putting clusterfshow.com, the best content in the world, and I don't do it. I'm a horrible hype man, but I just gotta make myself. You can find it at clusterfshow.com and join the VIP section, or you could join the podcast section and get everything, every daily show and every hang other than the VIP.
Oh.
The VIP is exclusively the only way you can get the extra overtime hang.
And you have no idea what we're going to talk about over there. It's going to get
crazy. I don't know what I'm not talking about either.
And we got stuff.
We got stuff. Hey, man. Hey, man. Thanks for tuning in to the hang. I'm caught up.
Download us. Spotify, TuneIn, all that stuff.
All that jazz. Subscribe on YouTube. Cluster F. If you're listening now or on the replay or even on the VIP, go to our YouTube page and subscribe.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm ever saying this, Matt. And
and subscribe. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm. That's the sentence.
There's so many things that would help me. I'm just bad at it. See, and everybody else does it. Subscribe. Subscribe pops up every 10 seconds on their video. I never even mentioned to subscribe.
And here's what the people don't know. The people don't know that if we don't mention this stuff and we end this show, producer Donna is out there and she will rip us a new one. She's like, you guys you didn't mention this. You didn't do this. So we're got to get the house cleaning.
We have to do it. But if we do it without being told, she will put them on the glass.
And she gives us treats, yes.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the overtime, VIPers. Take care.